All right, well, we're here. We're back on another episode of Salient Points. This one's number 57 for February 22nd, 2022. I'm here, Master of Ceremonies or Master Commander, whatever it's called, Dalan, Carlos Macias.
Master and Commander of the Seas. You have to
Thank
be a
you.
Russell Crowe.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Hey, Russell Crowe, dude. Apparently they're working on a Gladiator 2, another, single column sequel to it. So... yeah, I'm happy for that. You think he'll show up on that one, Russell Crowe, on the sequel? Possibly.
No, not at all.
Okay. But look, Dalan Kirkwood from up in the mountain also joins us. We thought we were gonna miss you, Dalan, because apparently you were.
I almost got written out of the show.
You definitely almost did. We didn't have quite a replacement, but it was gonna be a little weird when we replaced another actor into your slot. It's like, who the fuck is this? Oh, that's Dalan. That is Dalan now.
It's like, that's not Dalan. That's Dan Aykroyd.
But you did. So I hope you don't mind, Dalan. But I know you had a little bit of a dental situation going on. If you feel any pain at any point in this show, please to make a big scene of it and tell us that you're in pain, all right?
Now.
We will be very sensitive to your situation.
I'm not gonna pass out like I was playing Farpoint on VSVR. I'll be okay.
That was a problem, dude. That was a problem. You almost died, I'm sure. And I was like, damn, down goes Dalan.
Hey, it's not like just coming out of the hospital. It's different.
There's a lot of stuff going on with your life, dude. I don't know if you really want to go down that path. Like, I'm willing to. I don't know if you want to.
You're like, let's explore this.
We can explore it. Also, we got Deo Blas from up in the Bay. Thank you very much, sir, for joining
what's
us.
Going on, guys? Hey, if you're Master and Commander, are the rest of us like lieutenants?
No, I'm not a part of that galley. I'm not going to be a part of the ship, part of the crew. It's not happening.
I don't know.
You're on your own there.
Hey, I don't know any of the terminology, but definitely lieutenants. Do you guys could be lieutenants, right? That counts.
It's lieutenants. That's what it is. Okay. But that British said, Carlos, if you're going to have a boat, name it Gumbo Shrimp.
Oh, damn. Okay, I'll try that. I'll consider that. Dale, I did want to say congratulations, man, on that Steph Curry MVP award in the NBA All-Star game. I don't know if you saw it. It's giving respect to the Bay Area.
Congratulations. I'd rather have a championship, guys. And I know I missed last time.
You've had plenty, though. Let's talk about how you've had plenty of championships.
Sure. And I'm sorry I missed the last one because I was taking all the smoke that I should have deserved. I know I talked all this shit on my Twitter account for that, and so I was ready, but then I'm like, I couldn't make it.
Dude,
but
there's always next.
If throw it my way now.
Point is, you tried your best.
Look, you tried your best. Plus, that was a couple weeks ago that Jimmy G couldn't get it done. He just couldn't get it done.
Threw it away.
We got another year. We also got Luis Mendez on the Wheels of Steel. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us.
Mm-hmm.
We did go see a show yesterday, Dinosaur Jr. up at, where was it? The Fonda?
Past our bedtime, yeah, at the Fonda
It was way
Theater.
past our bedtime. This guy, I don't know.
Bedtime. What time did this show start?
Dinosaur Jr. was up past their bedtime, dude. The show started at 9 p.m.
Yeah, it started at 9. They didn't get on the stage till like 10, right? 10:30 or something like that.
Oh, that's that proverbial American midnight release for movies.
No, and those guys are, I don't know if you know, Dinosaur Jr. is like a band from like the early 90s, dude. So these guys are old. They're looking old up there, but they were rocking out.
But did they sound good?
They were sounding pretty nice. They're sounding pretty nice.
Okay, it doesn't matter how old they are. If you still sounded good, you keep rocking it. I don't care.
True. Hey, look.
That's like bringing back Foo Fighters. Let's do it.
So there wasn't too much this past week as far as video games is concerned, but we did have kind of a big one in the last couple of days. I know on Sunday it was revealed that Street Fighter 6 is finally coming out. Capcom did say they released a teaser trailer, but they also did say that like we're going to have more information coming this summer. I don't know if you guys got a chance to. We'll start off with you, Dalan. Did you get a chance to look at the teaser for that for Street Fighter 6?
Really, I just saw the pictures for it, and the fact that Street Fighter 6 is even announced, Capcom can't make up their mind. They talked about Street Fighter 4 being the last one, then they were like, all right, you know what, let's make the next, so let's make Street Fighter 5. Then they said that was the last one, they weren't going to do any expansions for it. Then they were like, you know what, we're just going to add every character we can to this game. Suddenly we got Street Fighter, Super Street Fighter 5, and then now they're doing Street Fighter 6. I'm like, when are you going to stop?
Well, this one's the first
I say don't stop. I love some Street Fighter, but if that's the case, make another animated movie.
What we don't do? Okay, maybe, possibly. I don't know though. The animated movie's pretty good. I know the live action one was a little funky.
No, it's still good. It's still good.
Yeah, and I do remember.
Nah. Oh damn.
My favorite part of that whole ordeal during that movie was that they eventually made a Sega Saturn game, or maybe it was on Genesis and Super Nintendo also, but it was Street Fighter, Street Fighter, the movie, the game. That's a full circle. Full circle.
I played it on PlayStation when it first dropped, and it was still ridiculous.
So
Looking
now,
like that poor Mortal Kombat 1 quality.
So Street Fighter,
way late in the game.
So Street Fighter 6 is actually the first one without like the main guy, right? Oh no, I believe. Dale, you know a little bit about this, right? The director's kind of walked away from it. It's been a couple years he hasn't worked on Street Fighter, huh?
Yeah, Ono left. It was like 3 years ago or something. He left Capcom in general, and he founded his own studio, which is hilarious now because I think Sony owns that studio. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, something like that, right? Yeah.
Now, and so he might be intimately tied with it because Sony owns Evo, like the Evo Championship. So if they work on it, they'd probably want him to be, focused a little bit on there since he has on the tournament scene and the fighting scene right there.
Do you have any thoughts on 6, I guess, in particular? Any? I think
it looks cool. I mean, well, it's just a trailer though, so it's like if it's a CGI trailer, I think they're trying to go for more realistic graphics compared to like the past, like Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5. Maybe like something along the lines of Tekken, maybe is what they're trying to look for. But they didn't really show much. Like what really pissed off a lot of people is that it was supposed to drop at like I think 11 p.m. Pacific time, but like there was a tournament going on for Capcom Cup, so it like ran a little bit late, like half an hour to like 35 minutes later, like that. And then so people are waiting for this like all day, and then when they dropped it, they only had like literally 30 seconds of the trailer for Street Fighter 6.
Oh, so that's
it's called a teaser.
So that's what happened with like the timing of it all, I suppose, is the fact that they were waiting till the end of this tournament. What was the tournament at, by the way? See, I didn't even know.
I'm not too sure. I think it was in Japan because like they're saying that Daigo, one of the like most famous fighting game competitors ever, was like delaying the whole thing on purpose. Like they were making jokes about it.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah,
hey man, he's the one that did the Ken forward tap against Chun-Li. So
that's like Evo moment 37. Yeah.
So I think that's probably why the timing was a little weird, right? It seemed like it was like Sunday night, whereas we usually get these announcements like at least on the Pacific time it's like 9-10 a.m. or something like that, right? But I do agree with you as far as the graphics. You don't get too much, right, from what you could tell, but it definitely looks like they're moving away a little bit from like the stylized graphics, right, of 5, where it looks a little more realistic. I mean, to the point where you look at Ryu's or however you pronounce it, you look at his you look at his okay, Dalan, and you see his foot graphics in the sandals like that. We're really getting a good look at his toes right now. Okay.
And he's like super like wide. Like it's just really weird. He looks like what like Sagat should be, like his character. Yeah. Normally like Ryu is like, I don't know, he's literally mid, so he's like small, compact, but like very powerful type of character.
Oh, people had an uproar about the fact that he was wearing sandals.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So it's definitely one of those things we don't know too much about it, right? We're still kind of like,
but we know he wears sandals.
It's just a quick teaser, right? I think it was kind of
weird.
He's got
the beard.
He's got a little beard going on, and I do like that the other guy that was announced there too. He all of a sudden jacked up his arm. That's part of his animation. Deo, I guess. Who's the other guy?
Luke. Yeah. So Luke is from Street Fighter 5. He's one of the last DLC characters for 5.
And one of the new characters.
Yeah. And he was supposed like everyone like people at Capcom were hyping him up to be like the future or the face of the new Street Fighter, which is ridiculous. Like you can't replace Ryu, the original 8 cast, but. He has these like funky ass. His forearms are bigger than his delts and his bicep, so he looks like really weird. He looks like Popeye. Like think about Popeye.
He does look a little funky.
You know, you say this and it actually reminds me of when I saw. I know I'm veering to a different game in this case, but it's still a fighting game. Tekken 7. They introduced a guy named Fakarum or something like that. And I can't
Fakarum,
yeah. Fakarum. That guy, his upper body it doesn't make sense compared to the rest of the body. He's a Muay Thai fighter. It's not proportionate.
He's got like a 32-pack ab section, and it's like a V. It's literally like a V-shaped thing.
And he's got little skinny legs.
Yeah.
So for this kind of stuff, like there's no real way for them to win, right? Like Capcom, there's a lot of hate, and then
there's a way to win. Do it right.
Well,
Yeah.
that's true, right? Like there is
Honestly.
the stakes are kind of high, especially when you're releasing these games so far out, right? Like we've been waiting forever, and even the typeface, the font that they're using, people are like, this shit is stolen right out of the '90s notebook or whatever it was, you know? So,
Clip art.
yeah, the little clip art. Luis, do you have any thoughts on this before we kind of hit up this other little detail? I guess another little announcement.
No, nothing really.
There was one thing I think Dale, you commented on this online on Twitter Nation, but somebody was like they need to make this free to play. Do you know where that comes from? I guess I understand some games do it, right? But fighting games or Killer Instinct, it would be the Killer Instinct model, right? Because
That's what should be the best. Like if Capcom has to make, if someone's forcing it to be free to play, they should follow the Killer Instinct model on how to do it. If it's free to play where like you have to pay per character, like they already charge up the woozah for like character skins and costumes and music and colors out of Street Fighter 5. That's why like a lot of people hated like Street Fighter 5 in the beginning. It was bare bones to begin with. You're paying a $60 game for like barely anything. And then
all you had to do was online. You had no story mode.
Nothing, absolutely nothing. And then like 3 years later, you had MK11, which had like a huge story mode, which didn't have to do any free to play BS. It was like a complete game, and you got the majority of characters you wanted in that first opening roster of season 1. Like later on, like you had cool characters that like added to it, but they're just like not too serious. But
so based on their history, based on how they rolled out 5 to you, you're fine with do free to play because you guys were
hell no.
Okay,
no, I don't want them to do free to play.
No,
because the whole model will change and then people will get irritated trying to unlock these characters.
Like no matter what, Yeah, follow if anything, follow how Mortal Kombat did it first. Well, Mortal Kombat 11 did it. And like get people super hyped from that are old school players as well as like new school like Street Fighter 5. And then charge extra things. Like stop parting out like little things like freaking like I think what was the uproar? It was like feet charms. Like they're like you could have like anklet bracelets on like some of your fighters. They're charging like $3 for that and people are just like why? Who buys this stuff?
No, the route that they should actually go, and I will say this for myself, I believe it would probably be their best bet in making sure that people stay interested, is going the route of it was Knockout. I think it was called Knockout, the dodgeball game that we were playing. They made that game free to play for like the first month,
Knockout
and it
City.
got people Knockout City, that was it. And people were so interested, they were like, "Nope, I'm buying the whole game," and they just have it, even if they don't play it anymore. And I know I haven't played it in quite some time, but I bought it like a good week after I was playing it for free. So
yeah, and the other thing, so I see what you guys are saying there on the free to play. To me, honestly, I haven't bought a Street Fighter in a really long time. I think I would be kind of a proponent of like. Yeah, free to play. Give it to me. Unless they give me like a campaign, like a Mortal Kombat or something like that. Because Mortal Kombat has been giving you nice little campaigns, right? But as far as the free to play, yeah, it's a little questionable. The other thing they did announce was a Capcom Fighting Collection that's coming out June 24th, 2022 this year on Steam, PS4, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox One. It includes Red Earth, Cyberbot, Darkstalkers, Night Warriors, Vampire Savior, Vampire Hunter 2. It includes quite a few games. And also, so that's $40 for that one, and there's going to be a $60 version that bundles the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. That one's going to be $60. Deo, any thoughts on that other announcement?
I'm glad that Darkstalkers is still around. Like they get that thing for like, but the whole thing is just like, oh, did you like the '90s? Here you go. Here's another $50 pack, and they do this every 5 years. Capcom loves bundling their Street Fighter series and fighting game series every 5 years.
Their classic beat 'em up series comes out. I think Konami started following suit, and they did their nice classic bundle.
And it's
I'll tell you what, I'm just gonna buy the anniversary collection by itself. That's it.
Yeah, that's all you really.
That
need,
one's already available.
Really dedicated to it.
I understand this.
But the cool thing is that like with the other like Darkstalkers isn't too big of a series compared to Street Fighter. And so what's really cool is that people that love that series could play online, and there's rollback netcode, so it's easier for people to.
That's what I was gonna
find
ask about.
players
So
and to
that's impressive when
fight
they
against
use
each
it.
other.
What else are they
Yeah.
using if not that kind of code, though? I guess is my question. Because I always
There
hear
are
them
hacked versions.
promote. I always hear people promote the rollback code or whatever it is that they use. But there's got to be fighting games that are using crappier code. What else are they using besides this tried and true? Or is this like Capcom proprietary or something like that?
No, actually it is. Like all the Japanese fighting game developers like ArcSys and Capcom, they all have like their own netcode to run their games, which is really bizarre. It's super weird.
Because tell Namco to figure their shit out.
Good one, right?
Yeah, Namco too. They have their own little thing.
No, they need to figure their shit out though.
And Smash Brothers, like they all have their own like netcode. It's really weird. They don't share code. They don't share ideas and like methods on how to increase the connectivity and the strengths of the fight. So it's really bizarre. But like the American ones, like Mortal Kombat, NetherRealm Studios, and
WB,
the WB, and the guys that did Killer Instinct, like they all have this same netcode. They like borrow each other's stuff.
Oh, you mean Rare?
No, it's forgot.
I'm pretty sure Rare made Killer Instinct.
But it's Iron Galaxy that.
So
made
on the
last
Japanese
one.
end of things, they don't want to share, right? I mean, they're competitors, right? But like you were saying on the U.S. side, is Warner Brothers working with these other companies that are like, look, sure, let's try the same code.
Yeah,
they're like, no, it's patented.
No, they like backwards engineer each other's stuff, and then they just kind of borrow it. Whereas, like, the Japanese developers, they're like, no, we're going to build ourselves our own. But everyone demands rollback netcode, especially in this modern era of fighting.
Yeah.
Because
you would think it'd be a selling point, right? You would think it'd be a selling point.
It is
like,
now.
Look, we're using this beautiful code that you guys know works online.
Like, you basically just said Americans are like, we're just going to steal their code.
Yeah, they should. They really should. I don't know why everyone's this way.
What he's saying is it's collaborative, right? You can't
necessarily that's collaborative. That's collaborative AF.
American way.
Right?
But I think a lot of it is work cool. I don't know. Maybe Luis, you could kind of give us a little hint to this, but
I don't know shit about
not Street Fighter
fighting netcode, dude.
No, not Street Fighter netcode. What I'm saying is, has it been an American thing that like these engines are like the what is it, the Epic engine, Unreal, and all that versus Japanese companies like, no, we have our own Capcom Resident Evil engine. We will not be sharing. We will not be using an Unreal engine or Unity or whatever it is. I think recently
it's proprietary.
I don't know. I can't speak to what those developers are thinking or whatever. But even here, there's a lot of studios that have their own in-house solutions. So I'm pretty sure Bungie uses their own. Naughty Dog has their own. Santa Monica Studios has their own. Rockstar Games has their own. Like, there's all these that have their own proprietary engines.
Shoot, Kojima definitely has his own. It's called the Kojima engine now.
Well, they used used it. They're using Guerrilla Games But so if whether or not you want to use Unreal or Unity or Amazon's Lumberyard or whatever, that's kind of a studio's
It's been
decision.
a while since I've heard that engine name.
I was like, this sounds stupid.
I mean, I'm sure they used it on New World or something,
Some crap, dude.
Is
whatever.
that why it crashed
I don't know if there's
opening
any
screen?
like drama or whatever. Maybe too high of a frame rate.
So Dale, there is a big story for you this week, right? Dale, what's the big one, man? What stood out this past week?
No, for me, Cyberpunk is actually working.
Okay. No, it's not.
For me on the console, on my Series X, it's working fine.
Oh, maybe on your Series X for that PS5. Nope, it's not working. As soon as I loaded it up, bugs everywhere.
Now, Dale, you'll be teasing that a little bit for us on the What You've Been Playing on tomorrow's What You've Been Playing episode. Real quick, a quick overview of what people should expect you to talk about for Cyberpunk, or what is it that works? I guess what's the excitement there?
I'm just excited. Well, it's like delayed excitement because I've been wanting this game to be good for my playthrough for like so long now, for over a year, and like it's cathartic that they've gotten to the point where this game is not broken enough for me to enjoy it. Like, I don't have to worry about any of the bugs. So I'll talk about that later on.
And Elden Ring, you're looking forward to Elden Ring, I suppose. Right?
Yeah, definitely.
That's coming out soon,
yep.
right? This week. Is it coming
this
out
week? This week.
Okay, I gotta buy something from GameFly or something so I can grab.
I gotta see that horse, man.
I gotta see that straight vertical jump
Hell
horse.
yeah.
So that's dropping this week. On quick takes this time around, we got now this is another story that right after we published last week, Nintendo was like, 3DS Wii U eShop. We're shutting that shit down. May 23rd, 2022. It's going down. I played a bit of the Wii U. I still have a few games on there. And the 3DS, I remember having a few nice digital-only games. But I don't know if I'll miss it that much. But maybe you guys are different on this. We'll start off with Luis. Is it a little upsetting that the Wii eShop is shutting down Wii U and 3DS?
The only thing that kind of upsets me about it, and it honestly shouldn't be, because it's like more power, more power to Nintendo in a way. But they're the only developer or publisher out there, I mean, that could just like say this and just be like, yeah, and like they're not gonna do anything about it. They're not gonna backtrack. They're not gonna change their minds. Because Sony tried to do it right with the PlayStation, the PSP, and the Vita, and they're like, all right, fine, we'll leave it up. We might take it down at some point.
We'll give you guys a couple years.
Nintendo was just like, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're not gonna do shit. They're just gonna shut it down. They don't care, dude.
That is a very fair point, though, right? Like the Sony Vita and stuff like that. Those things are dead, DED dead. And Sony was like, hold on, we'll give you another chance. Nintendo for sure, dude, is like, no, that's a date. Deal with that shit. Dale, your thoughts on this thing shutting down in a couple months?
Yeah, no, Luis is completely right. Like when they announced that thing, I panic bought like a few things that I completely forgot about, like on the eShop, because my Wii U is my Zelda system. Like I have all the old Zeldas, and up until the last, but they have, because of the eShop, they have all the old retro stuff on there, like Link's Awakening, Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons, all those types of things. And I bought. I'm embarrassed to say I probably spent $150 like on that following Wednesday, and I was like, oh my god, I posted it up too.
You put an image up, right, of you printed all this stuff because Nintendo's super annoying with the emails, right? Well, Sony does it too.
Up.
Sony does it too. They'll send you an email.
Oh yeah, every time
Nintendo, dude.
Hey man, you download a free game and it still sends you an email. Thank you for your purchase.
Well, and the weird thing with Nintendo,
pat on the back.
If you guys ever use, I don't know, I think at some point I was using like PayPal for whatever reason through Nintendo. That's how I was paying it. And you would get like things from Nintendo. It's like, oh, and that ends our contract. Like, what the? I just bought a $2 thing right now. We're ending a contract or something. The wording was super funky on the emails. Like, and that's the end of our transaction. I was like, okay, Nintendo, fuck, cold-blooded ass motherfuckers. Dalan, what about you, man? You gonna go on a shopping spree like Deo?
No, not at all. I understand that Nintendo likes to vault some of their games, but they bring them back. I mean, we have the NES, the SNES, the Sega Genesis. Now we got the 64, and they are adding to these libraries. I'm pretty sure they're going to bring back some of these
$80 a year purchase, dude.
Yeah, they're adding value to it. At some point, they're going to bring the GameCube and the Wii U to the Switch. Everybody's waiting for the GameCube to show up on the Switch. You know it.
Hell yeah.
Well,
I think that was a meme when it first came out, when the Switch first dropped. Everybody was like, Switch everything. And then they made the April Fool's joke of saying that all those Nintendo GameCube games were going to come out on the Switch. Everybody wanted it. They know there's a market for it. They don't care.
We'll get it, dude. We'll get it soon enough. They got to justify. They have to continuously justify the $50, right? So I guess that's sort of.
But they don't need to. That's the problem.
They kind of do.
Nintendo, dude.
They don't, but they do, because $50, and they keep finding ways. We already know the next 2 years we're just getting tracks for Mario Kart, and be happy with that shit is what Nintendo's telling you. So in 2023 they'll finally add some GameCube games. So congratulations, gamers. But we'll hit the data real quick, and then we'll go into kind of the overall story of this, I suppose. But Dale, just since I know you just bought a bunch of them, apparently somebody online said that there's going to be 2,000 games that will become unavailable digitally. So it's 450 digital only on Wii U, 600 for 3DS, 530 virtual console, and we're still waiting on about 350 of those that are not currently available on the Switch Online. Did you buy 2,000 games, Ayo, is my question. Did you buy 2,000 games?
Hell no. No way.
Actually, based on the way you said that, I have a comment.
No, go ahead.
Oh,
Ayo, and then Dale.
No. I I cleaned up on my Zelda and Metroid games. I like got all of those games. The only ones I'm searching for like right now physically are like some really obscure Japanese titles, like the Shin Megami Tensei stuff.
Yeah.
But they're crazy in price right now because I wanted to play them. I just don't have the time. I don't know what I'm doing with this. I'm not gonna even have time for these things, but I'm at least, I have
At
it
least you
somewhere.
have them.
Dale's like, what are we
Later
doing
down
out
the line.
here? What are we doing out here?
So Dalan,
Hey, I just did my tax return, okay? I think there's a little bit of liberation for my wallet there.
kill 'em.
Some wiggle room.
Yeah, a little bit.
There you go, Dalan. What are your thoughts on all these this data points, these numbers, all these games missing in the near future?
Well, I was thinking we had a couple of conversations in some of our older episodes about digital content, about digitally purchasing games. You're basically renting them because as soon as the server goes down, you don't get them no more.
Yeah.
That's it. Your money has sank into these games that you can never play again. You should have played them when you had the chance. Damn it, deal. But
I
think
will.
You're saying a little something different though, Dalan, because you're
Yeah.
assuming that the games are not going to be playable or re-downloadable at all once they go off the store.
here, let
I
me
don't know if that's
reread this
happened
line.
yet.
2,000 games will become unavailable digitally.
Well, that's
So,
the purchase. But
yeah, but I understand that's for
You
purchase.
can't re-download them. That's
Yeah.
that's the thing. So like once
Ooh.
if you haven't purchased them already, it was kind of like how they did the original like Wii eShop. So like if you already had it in your account, you could still download those old Wii titles. You just won't be able to like buy brand new ones.
yeah.
That's the thing.
You need to have them on
So-
your list, right? You need to have them on your
Right.
you bought them at
Yeah,
some point.
you can still connect your Wii to the internet, and it kind of understands it a little bit barely.
It
but-
kind of understands it. It kind of understands that net code, whatever that
Right.
gibberish is.
Yeah, but but it understands that you bought this back in like 2008, and
Yeah.
it knows that you own it, so you'll be able to access
Yeah,
it.
you might not be able to run GameCube games anymore on that Wii, but it's fine. It's fine. You'll be able to download some of these games. Now, it does go kind of to like the overarching story of like just Nintendo not giving a fuck. And Luis said it. It's like, yep, we're gonna do it. And what? What are you gonna do to us, right? But so there's an organization called a Game History Organization, and what they said is that Nintendo is quote. Actively destructive to video game history, end quote, is what Game History Organization said. Now, this is kind of assuming, too. I think I saw someone online. I forgot who the guy was. Ray, I think it was Ray Barnholt. I don't know if you remember him, Dale. I think he wrote for EGM, and he did a little bit. Like, he did some contributions. And he was talking about,
I don't know.
you guys are assuming, like, emulation doesn't exist. So these things will continue to be out there. But I mean, I can understand kind of like the hesitancy. Like even Dalan right now is like, wait, you can't re-download them. Like there's just something that is unknown to people, right? And it's like, yeah, that's an extra step to emulate something versus like Nintendo has it available and I can just click on it and download it. But there is, I guess they're actively being destructive, in my opinion, towards a legal way or quote unquote legal way of accessing these games. But Dalan, what do you think, man? Is Nintendo actively destroying video game history here?
Wait, why you call me out on that? I'm pretty sure I said no to
Oh, you
this.
put yes. My bad, Dalan. All right, so we'll that you put yes, but whatever. On the we
can comment.
understand.
I'll sub it. That.
Yeah, Dale. Any thoughts before we move on? There's clearly a
What?
yes there, Dalan. But
Yeah.
For-
I don't even
as-
see it.
Yeah, in terms of like game preservation, like there's a small like select few who are just like, man, Nintendo should be having like access or allowing access to people who want to play these older video games in the correct way. It's just like Nintendo doesn't give them a way to do that legally, as you said.
Yeah.
So it's either you go the emulation route, which is perfectly fine. Sometimes even the emulators are run better than the actual like original hardware on PC.
Which
So
we've been
it
finding
works-
out that you pay $50 and the N64 emulator from Nintendo themselves is having issues, right? So
Right.
yeah.
Right. So yeah, I know. Like even some of those emulated digital copies that Nintendo offers, like the recent the Super Mario 3D All Stars games, those are all emulators. But there are some mods to some like older emulated games that run better,
Yeah.
or more accurate
Yeah.
to what the old was.
Yeah.
That exist out there.
So I mean,
but the problem is that they don't give you a path like Nintendo. And if you try to share these emulators, like Nintendo will strike you down, like legal. Or if you try to
and
share
they will
it,
make
they will strike you down.
and they will
They
make
do all
they will make an example of you, right? Like the Gary
Right.
Bowser guy is like, throw the book at this guy. He will be in jail. He will owe millions of dollars or whatever the case is, right? So Nintendo is not scared in that way. They're also not scared on the recent Nintendo Switch Sports online play part. Whoever was participating in this online play test, they told him, we do not want you sharing your experiences on social media. So they're definitely like, no, do not do it. I didn't get a chance to. I don't know if you did, Luis, or is it just that you have some thoughts here on their, like, you can't share nothing?
No, yeah, that's just a continuation of what I had said earlier about them taking the shutting down the stores. This is another sort of, this is the only publisher that can do things like this and just continuously get away with it because their titles are evergreen. People have the nostalgia for it. They're just like, don't say shit, okay? And then the people just accept it, and it's like, okay, fine, that's fine. Because everyone knows if you fuck with Nintendo, they will make an example of you. Like that's just the case, dude. They're the only ones that can do that. They're the bullies of the fucking.
I'm about to say they're bullying out there.
Damn, dude,
they're out there like Debo, dude, just running the streets, man.
Hey, cyberbullying.
Nintendo and Disney 1-to-1.
Nintendo's all about that cyberbullying, dude. I didn't get a chance to. Did you get a chance to try it out, Luis? Or
nah, I'm not as hyped about it as you and Abel. It's a fun enough game, but I don't need to like participate in the beta for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm actually not that high on it. I did play it. It was definitely casual, 100% type of game, right? When people did not play games, it's like, let's play bowling. Let's swing your arms around and we'll play tennis. So I'm not super hyped about it, but I'm glad it's coming out. I will buy it day one just because it is that casual experience, but not because myself am super hyped for it. I'm more like, someone comes over, I go to someone's house and like, hey, you want to try this out? This is that.
Damn, I gotta buy this Brain versus Brain game now that I've seen it though.
Oh, that's right. We did play it for when we got together for
Big
the
Brain
Super Bowl.
Academy.
We got together for the Super Bowl day and we played. I don't think it's called Big Brain. It's called some kind of brain game, but it was kind of cool on the Switch. It came out.
Looked like Big Brain Academy to me.
Big Brain Academy.
Maybe it was. I don't know. Maybe it was. But yeah, grab that game. It's pretty cool. 4-player action on that one. But yeah, you're definitely right, Luis. They said, don't say nothing. Just shut up, okay? The other thing we have on here. So last week, the new Uncharted movie dropped. And apparently is the 4th biggest opening weekend for a video game movie. It made about 51 million. Actually, I was seeing somewhere that it made up to like 100 million or something. I don't know if opening weekend, maybe that's including everything total for the last week or so. But Sony Pictures boss Tom Rothman said he's happy with Uncharted box office, and it's looking like a new franchise. I did go watch it. I will not spoil it, Dalan, because I know you have plans to go see it.
Thank you.
Lower your expectations, please.
Snaps! I feel like you just lowered them for me in your one sentence.
Just lower your expectations. I will tell you like this. So I watched it with my daughter. My wife, the family went to go see it. Dude, Tom Holland. They will see anything with Tom Holland. Tom Holland is. They will follow this man to the ends of the world, dude. Like Tom Holland is. Yeah, just put them in anything. People go watch it. But I did ask my daughter because she's a big Uncharted fan, and I was like, Lily, do you like a movie Uncharted or video game Uncharted? And she's like, video game Uncharted. I'm gonna go play the game when I get home. Like she's gonna replay Uncharted again because I guess
because it's that excellent.
She was a little.
But Carlos, 51,000. I just looked it up. 51,000 domestically, and 139,000. I'm sorry, I said 1,000. Yeah, that's not 51 million. 51 million, my bad, and then 139 million worldwide. That's good. Including, but that's domestic and international. That's actually not great.
No, really?
The metric is for that.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're getting the word from Sony Pictures guy that it's a franchise. You hear the word franchise, there's a sequel coming. But Dalan, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to bring down your expectations. But you're still going to watch it, right? Or what are your thoughts on this? That we're going to get more.
Hey, you say franchise, there's a sequel coming, but then we had Divergent, and they didn't make their sequel. They were like, we're going to make a split movie, and they never capped it off. So
they're making money. They can say what they want. Dalan. And they said it, and they're making money. So I don't know.
Hey, M. Night Shyamalan was all prepared to make that second and third book, but that didn't happen because the Avatar: The Last Airbender, No.
Oh, come on. You know he didn't deserve to get a sequel for that, dude.
Come on,
Don't bring
That's
him
what I'm
out
talking
Shyamalan
about.
into
But
this.
he set it up like he was going
Brutal.
to. That's my point.
M. Night Shyamalan,
I love M. Night Shyamalan, but don't bring up Avatar: Last Airbender. Dude.
He's been screwing up a lot of things, dude. Even the trilogy, the Glass movie was terrible, and then Last Airbender.
Hey,
he's
whoa,
been
whoa,
screwing
whoa,
up a
whoa,
lot.
whoa, whoa.
Yo,
whoa.
I like
We
that
don't-
movie.
It was
Breakable.
terrible.
I like
No,
Glass,
no. Unbreakable.
No,
was
just
amazing.
Glass. He's just talking about
yeah, no, I never
Glass
saw that.
specifically.
Yeah, no. Unbreakable was nice. Split was even nice, and I do like how that thing. I if you guys saw that movie originally, you did not know it was a sequel to Unbreakable. I love that, dude. It wasn't in the marketing. It wasn't in nothing. It was like, well, go watch Split, and it's like, wait, what? It's a Unbreakable sequel? Okay, reasonable. And then Glass came out, and it was. Wow, was it terrible? Any more thoughts on this, Dan, before we go to Luis on his thoughts on Uncharted?
Hey, Naughty Dog has the money to throw at this, but we really just needed a live action Last of Us movie, but instead we're getting a series. And I think I'll be okay with the the Last of Us series. So I may enjoy that more than I enjoy Uncharted, but I'm a huge fan of Uncharted. I'm a little sad that Tom Holland is the lead, but I'll deal with it.
We do have a little Last of Us quick news after this one. But Luis, what are your thoughts about Uncharted, dude, and how it's doing, and just the movie?
I mean, I always saw it as a movie that was just going to be that sort of like cheesy popcorn pop and go to the movies and like maybe have a decent time. Like I wasn't expecting much from it, especially from what I saw from the trailers. Yeah. You know, I mean, the games themselves were kind of cheesy already but the difference is you're playing as Nathan Drake shooting things up and whatever and solving puzzles. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll get to it at some point. Happy for them, I guess, if they think it's as even more successful than the smash hit Returnal, dude. So, I mean, you know, it's all
okay.
good.
Then the Smash.
Smash it.
Yeah,
That's what they said.
Yeah, lower your expectations, Luis. I'll throw that to you as well.
They've been lowered, man. They've been lowered. They're
yeah.
lower than Fast and Furious.
You,
dude. Don't
you know
even
what?
trip.
Let me just maybe hit a little Seth Rogen before you watch it, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it a bit more, dude.
Cool.
You know, get involved. So we were talking about this. HBO Last of Us. It will not air this year. They did announce that, so it should be dropping. I don't know if they had given a release date though. Luis, had they given a release date for this, or they're just confirming?
Not from
don't
what I
expect it
remember.
this
Yeah.
year?
Yeah.
Is that a big deal, Luis? The fact that they're kind of like, all right, you won't get it this year.
I think it's fine. These things take time, dude. I mean, and with Naughty Dog specifically, anything that they're involved with in any way, shape, or form, it's like you want them to get it right?
Yeah.
So just take your time, figure out what you got to do in post production.
Damn,
or
dude,
whatever,
now that you
and then
say it,
get
look,
out.
You know, we just talked about
Dude,
Uncharted,
that's what
right?
I was gonna say, Luis. That's what I was gonna say right now, dude. It's like I just saw an Uncharted
But you know,
movie,
you already what
and,
did you expect from an Uncharted movie, dude? Come on.
Also, Carlos
Realistically.
is a little
Damn.
picky with his films too.
Damn.
So there's that.
You mean like I
So
want to see
it-
a good film? Is that what you're talking about, Dalan?
Like
That's what you're
like
talking
it
about
still
right now?
got $51 million in its first weekend, and I don't think a lot of movies got that in the first weekend mid-COVID.
Yeah, but you're conflating two different things. A movie can be super extra successful and they can still be crap. I mean, looking at the
True.
Transformer franchise, Dalan, they finally made a good movie with Bumblebee. That was their first good movie.
Oh, you mean where they said
Transformer
scrap
movie.
everything and let's just take one character? Yeah, you can make
Oh,
a good
I agree.
movie if you focus on just one
Well,
character.
they should have done
You'll
that from
be
the
okay.
beginning.
Which is why DC needs to fix their schedules and stop doing a
Dale.
whole bunch of people
Bro.
in one film
Dale,
and
I will
having
let
too
you-
much screen time for everybody.
Dale, I will let you.
No, he's
rebut
right
that,
about
though. I'll let
DC
you-
though.
I'll let
God
you.
damn.
I'll let you. You had. I saw you shake your head. Dale, you got any thoughts on what I said that I stand behind on Transformers? Like it's crap
Oh,
franchise.
I hate the new Transformers, all of them. I haven't.
Okay.
It's like,
It's
I
just the
love-
way they look.
dude, like I hate it, all of it. It has nothing. Like it's total different, like series and a total different whole.
Yeah.
The
Well,
concept
franchise.
is
well, I
changed.
will
The
say
concept
this.
is totally different. I hate it.
Well, I will say this. I'm not trying to defend Marky Mark. I'm saying Bumblebee was good. I'm not trying to say the last few.
Was it?
movies.
Was it though? Think about it.
Bumblebee
Think about
was
your
nice,
time with
dude.
the video.
Bumblebee was nice, dude. Bumblebee was
All right.
What was the last one called? The Transformers on the Dark Side of the Moon or something like that? I
Dark
forgot.
Side of the Moon.
Yeah, I will
There,
not
it was a
defend-
weird movie.
I
It was
tried.
whatever Mark Wahlberg was in.
Yeah, I will not
Fucking Mark
He had
defend.
to,
Wahlberg.
he had to
Dude.
redeem himself with Uncharted.
And
I
did
don't
he?
think you did, man.
And
Don't
did
hold
he?
your breath.
Did it?
And
Oh
did he?
man.
Dalan, your thoughts on Last of Us? That we won't get it this.
Yeah, I was about to say I can wait.
Yeah.
That's it. I can wait.
Good, dude. I think that one can work for just the fact that it's gonna be on HBO. And yeah, HBO has some duds from time to time, but they're usually like they make good stuff for the most part, right?
Hey,
for the most part.
Maybe they should have put Last of Us on Showtime. I mean, they have what was it? Not Left 4 Dead. What's the name of that show you guys watch? Walking Dead.
Yeah.
They got Walking Dead. Oh no, that's AMC.
Well,
I'm sorry.
AMC, yeah, if it was
Hey
AMC,
man, I don't watch Walking Dead.
I was gonna say Showtime.
Clearly.
Dude, Showtime, like all their shows are good for maybe a season, and then you get into halfway through the second season, and it's the Showtime disease, dude. It turns real cheesy, and it all has a Showtime vibe to it about the halfway through the second season.
They just want to hook you on the first season. That's it.
In other video game news, the Halo TV series might actually be showing us Master Chief's face. Deo, your thoughts on this, man? Can it ever live up to what you have in your head as to how the Master Chief looks? Will it ever live up to that? To those expectations? No.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
They already kind of showed it in Halo Reach, or is it Halo 4? Sorry, they kind of showed his face in Halo 4. It was just really dark, like embedded in shadows. But I don't think it will live up what people think.
Do you think Do you think they'll use that template, I guess, kind of that facial feature, I suppose, of whatever you could see in 4?
I guess. I don't know.
What are your thoughts on that?
He's going to be like a pasty bald guy because he's inside of a suit all day. So it's not like he's going to be tan.
And we do have an official statement from, I think it was the creator or somebody, like, that guy does not smell good, right? We have that statement.
Yeah.
That's an official statement, too.
He's going to be like Lord Vader.
Yeah.
You know, in Return of the Jedi, when they took off his...
He fell asleep in a cryogenic thing for 2 years, and he got up and just went back to fighting. He didn't even care about taking a shower.
Yeah.
It's funny, though, right? Because we have had a inkling or a sense of how a character can work with the helmet on, with the Mandalorian, right? I mean, eventually he did, no spoilers, but you in that show, there's a guy with the helmet on for most of the time, right? So we have had a sense of like, oh, maybe it could work. Like you could see like in some of the episodes with him and Baby Yoda, I know he has a name now, but he will forever be named Baby Yoda to me, where if they're looking at each other and Baby Yoda's looking at a straight up helmet, I'm like, there's some emotions in there. There's something happening in there still. You get the feels for it. But what other than that, is that a good thing, Dale, that they're showing his face in the series, or would you rather have just kept the helmet on?
I always the whole thing with Master Chief and his thing with like not having them show his face is that they even say it throughout. The creators of the series always say that like, oh, we don't show his face because you, the player, whoever's playing it, be it black, white, Asian, whatever, is like embodied into that character. So you see yourself and reflect yourself in face or physique or so. It's weird that they're gonna reveal it, but I mean, they have to at this point because it's for a TV series and it doesn't work if you don't show the.
They don't have to.
Yeah. Well,
they don't have to do that at all.
I hope they don't. I really hope.
But you can say that in a video game, right? When you're an active participant, but when you're telling the story, right, that's a little bit different.
Hey man, I could have went the entire series of Mandalorian without him taking off his helmet once.
That's true. Don't spoil it.
But it was more impactful when he finally did something.
Hey, spoilers, Dan.
I think at this point he takes off the helmet at some point. Just so you guys know, you guys haven't seen Mandalorian.
Hey, we're too deep into the series. You're lagging if you haven't seen it by now. But I'm just gonna say it real quick. I actually imagine. No, about Halo. I actually imagined him taking off his helmet and be surprisingly Kurt Russell.
Okay.
What is
it? Kurt Russell.
What the fuck?
Have you not seen Universal Soldier? Or no, it's just called
God.
Soldier. Just Soldier. That was an awesome movie. I'd love to see Kurt Russell just take off his helmet like, I'm back in the game.
Now, if they do it, Dalan, they kind of... Do you think they got to tease it out for a whole season? Or, I mean, they might as well just do it right from the start,
Hey,
right?
do not do it episode 1. Do not.
No.
That is a heck of a no-no.
Okay, we'll see. So you guys want them to...
You do that in the first episode, it immediately takes away from that mystery that is Master Chief.
And for people, it starts off opening scene, you see his face, he puts on the helmet, and then he never
and that's
takes
the last
it off.
time you see it.
That would be kind of nice, though.
Thank you for watching Halo.
That would be kinda
Roll
nice.
credits. All right, moving on.
Dude, and that thing already, they're working on the season 2, dude. So they're serious about
man.
that cold open, at least with him, helmet on.
Actually, there is one thing I will say about the I was about to call it the Master Chief series, about the Halo series. Is one thing I hope they end up doing at some point, and they become wise to this, is get Rooster Teeth involved, because they kept Halo popular in the visual media. So I'm like, do it.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll get like some Easter eggs, but they were very memey, kind of a lot of jokes and
But
stuff like that, right? Not with
the Rooster Teeth series, they wrote out so many different stories and aspects to like the Halo universe. It was crazy.
Yeah.
They fleshed it out like a lot more than 343 of.
There's no reason not to get them. I mean, it would cost a lot of money because Rooster Teeth is now its own company, but still.
They can get them, dude. Like, for an Easter egg.
They can get them.
They'll get them.
Microsoft, they got deep pockets.
They'll get them if they really want to. But Paramount Plus, they really want to get eyeballs on that service, too. So it'll be like, hey, we have Rooster Teeth. Did you hear? You hear the latest episode? They threw in a little thing on there. The other thing we have on here, there is apparently, and I had forgotten this game exists, but there's a second Detective Pikachu game that is still in development, apparently. Luis, did you play the original, man? You hyped about?
I played the original movie, yeah.
Oh, the original movie. There was a movie and the game, right? I think it might have come out at the same time.
Oh, is that what this was? I thought this was talk, because this was basically all movie and TV talk at this point.
Oh,
so
you thought they were working on a movie? Yeah, I don't know how.
Yeah.
I don't think the movie did too well, from what I understand. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think they would have already kind of pimped it. I mean,
no, it actually did. It did really well.
Coming out immediately after, so I think they would have made another Detective Pikachu movie.
No, Detective Pikachu actually did really well. They just decided that they were going to focus on all other aspects of their company first, because that was around the time that Pokemon Go was really blowing up, and they had to fix it.
I will cautiously.
Yeah, there was a bunch of stuff like Pokemon Sleep or something. There's like a bunch of stuff that they're doing. Remember that?
Oh, that's
Pokemon.
Right, yeah.
The Pokemon Company is doing entirely too much, but they only have one focus. IP. It's called Pokemon.
We can't accuse them of doing too much, dude. When these guys still have 80 employees talking about, let's make this expansive story in Legends Arceus. It looks like crap, but we will not hire any more people to make a better looking game. So they might not be doing enough. I
still say that Pokemon Go looks like just a flat thing of green cardboard as you're walking around.
That's the world, dude. You're playing in the real world, Dalan. And you're not even supposed to really be looking at it. It doesn't matter.
That's the world.
Touch grass, bros.
So Luis, you thought this was about the movie, but as far as the game,
I thought it was
like
about the movie. The game, I never played the first one. I probably won't play the first or the second one ever. So yeah, I might as well have said no to this because I didn't realize
apparently
this was
they're shutting down the eShop. So if you want to, because I don't know how much it is, because those you would know, Dale, right?
I'm
but
chilling.
those 3DS physical games and
$39.99.
Right? Yeah, so
evergreen.
There you go. So I looked at some of the reviews for this, and apparently they were okay reviews, but I don't know. It might pique my interest. But the next thing on here is we got an Electronic Arts executive is apparently blaming Halo and COVID for Battlefield 2042 failures, and to that I'm like, really, this is what we're doing now. Let's blame everything else except the fact that we made a shitty game. Let's just blame everything else external to us actually making a game.
Battlefield heard that and said, check the books.
Check the book. Dalan, we'll go with you first, man. What's up with EA, dude? What are they doing over here?
They're tripping. That's what's up with EA. That is not the case whatsoever. Yeah. The fact being that Battlefield had its own issues. That's it. That is it. They hyped it up. People played it. It crashed and a bunch of other crap happened. And they were like, you know what? Let's just move over to Halo because that's the real hype. And then everybody loved that with the exception of, the servers taking too long to be able to play a game.
They needed to fix their servers. They needed
to fix some stuff. But it's still last I heard, it's still significantly more fun than Battlefield 2042, which is sad.
Yeah. And we had like 10 hours for free on Game Pass or something. I still haven't claimed those, and I probably do not care to claim those 10 hours. Deo, your thoughts on this, man? EA blaming others for their failures.
such bullshit, man. Like if
Check the books.
if they're blaming Halo Infinite for their little beta program and the problems that's going on with them, then like what happened with Battlefield 5? Battlefield 5 was bullshit when that came out too. Mainly because they were transferring all their stuff. DICE was using the Frost engine or something for the first time for their Battlefield series. But like, what the hell, man? Like, don't blame them for your inadequacies of game development and your time management. And like that's just total BS. It was broken from the start. I have the same 10 hours of that beta program saved up, or trial program, whatever. And I'm like, I don't even want to touch it right now. Like it's the same thing with Cyberpunk. Like I don't want to touch it until it's like fixed. Fix your shit, man.
Wait, didn't you say it was fixed? What happened?
Oh, he'll talk about it. He'll give us a little taste on tomorrow's episode of what you've been playing. Luis, what's up with this, man?
Well, it's EA, dude. I mean, they stay wilding. They stay wilding out there all the time. So I do think. I mean, I think this is something that was more of like meant to be internally them discuss. They clearly realized that they missed the mark on this one. Like they're not getting that twisted. They're like, we messed up. There were problems, and then what happened to come up in this discussion was there was a lot of these factors. They're probably probably towards their investors or stakeholders or whatever, trying to sort of make themselves not look as bad. They were doing things like moving things, updating the Frostbite engine. Then, yeah, sure, everyone went through the whole COVID working from home relocation thing. But then out of nowhere, they're like, and then Halo came out of nowhere and like, fuck this. And it's like, well,
we did not know this game was coming out. We didn't know it got delayed a year.
Absolutely clueless.
And now we're brushing up against Halo.
You actually made me think, what was that game where there was like a blast zone and everybody started moving their games away from it? I feel like it was Red Dead Redemption 2 was going to be coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, everybody knew that game was coming out. They were like, no, we got to launch now. Or if it was launching around that way, they were like, no, we got to postpone it like 2 months because people are going to be too busy playing that.
Hey, we got to trademark that, Dalan, because when we were talking shit about that, it was definitely, we were saying blast radius. Everyone wants to stay out of the blast radius of this game. Go ahead, Dale. Dale, we kind of interrupted you there.
Sorry, my bad.
No, I wasn't saying it.
Oh, okay. No, but
because the blast radius.
Yeah, dude. But there was, because there are those games, right? That is definitely you like Dalan was saying.
It's the Call of Duties. It's the Rockstar games. It's
It's like Battlefield wasn't paying attention. Halo came out. They were like, why didn't anybody tell me?
Yeah, these guys, EA's wilding, dude. Just shut up, man. Just move on. Like, it's like, just take it off. Take down the server.
Take the L, dude.
Yeah, take the L. Like, you know what?
I can't work like
this. We don't even want to work with the shame of this game existing right now. So we're just going to take that shit off every server. Everywhere it's available, we will take it down. We will be taking it down.
Hey, for everybody that knows me, they be playing Rocket League with me, and I'm like sometimes the guy that they go to try and score. But when you get me cracking up and I can't breathe, I'm like driving up the walls. I can't do nothing.
Damn,
you broke Dalan, dude.
Hey, EA, take the L and D, dude. Damn, take your game off of there. But hey, so that's been an episode of Salient Points. Hey, real quick. So McDonald's in China launched the cilantro Sunday special menu item. Looks a little interesting. Looks really green. Looks very cilantro-y. It's a little gross, dude. Would you guys?
They put the cilantro on top of their Shamrock shakes that just came out, right? What the fuck?
It's too nasty, dude. It's too nasty.
It's too nasty.
They wanted it as minty as possible.
All right, Carlos, Dalan,
Dale,
Luis. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for
first names.
Stay tuned for what you've been playing. Dale's going to tell us about Cyberpunk. Thank you for listening. Salient Points 57, I believe.
Oh,
Later.
God.
Later.
Oh, damn, dude. Take the L.
This shit is so gross, though. Look at that. Oh.